Namaste YouTube, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my channel. This is where I bring you the latest in food, fashion, and fitness with an Indian twist. In today's video, we are going to do a lower body workout using weights. Now this workout is for beginners, it can be done anywhere. I'm going to be using homemade weights that I made with items around my house. And if you missed that video, please check it out in the description below. For the next few minutes, come with me, take time for yourself, and let's get our sweat on. So these exercises are going to work the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes. And we're going to do 15 repetitions each, and we're going to do 3 rounds of each exercise. So let's get started. We are going to start off with a warm-up. We're going to start with some jumping jacks. And if this is too much, I have a modified version for you here. And then we're going to go on to some knee hugs, some quad pulls, and some high kicks. Pretty much the standard set of warm-ups that I do for all of my lower body workouts. So our first exercise is a sumo squat. So we need to stand with our feet wider than shoulder width apart and the toes slightly turned outward. We're going to hold the weight and lower down, pushing the hips back and keeping the chest up. Bring the weight down and don't round your back, and make sure heels stay in contact with the floor. This is great for working the glutes, quads, hamstrings, and the hip flexor, and also the inner thighs. I'm sure you can feel it as you go down and come up. So we're going to do 15 repetitions and then 3 rounds of this exercise. I'm going to breathe out as I come up and breathe in as I lower down. The next exercise is a deadlift. We're going to grab our lighter weights and we are going to stand holding the weights in front of us, and we're going to hinge at the hips. And we're going to use the glutes to come up on the exercise. Now the spine should be neutral and the shoulders should be back and not rounded forward. We should feel this in the glutes and the hamstrings. And it's very important, especially in the deadlift, that the form be perfect before we load any of the weights further. It's also important to remember not to lock the knees, but keep a little bend in them. Lunges are our next exercises. I've seen them in many of my other workouts, but these are great. They are perfect for like the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes. So we're gonna stand with one foot in front of the other, and we're gonna go straight down. And the upper body is gonna remain straight as we come down, and the front knee is not gonna go past the toes as we lower down. So we're gonna do 15 reps there, and then we're gonna move on to our next exercise, which is the Bulgarian split squat. And for this, all you need is a chair or something stable to rest one foot on. And all you do is put one foot on the chair or chest or whatever you might have. And this move does require some balance, but for a beginner, you can hold on to something until you're able to do this without holding on to anything, and then you can add a weight. So for this one, we're just gonna do body weight, and we're gonna hold on to something for balance. So we're gonna lower our hips toward the floor so that the rear knee comes close to the floor. We're gonna pause and drive through the heels and come up. For the leg not on the chair, the knee should not come over the toes. Keep your chest up during the entire exercise. The bridge is our next exercise, and this is one of my favorite exercises for glutes, core, and hamstrings. For this, we're going to lie down on your carpet or mat, or just make sure you're on something that does provide a little bit of padding for your back. Make sure your knees are hip distance apart, and walk your feet back as close to your bottom as possible. So your feet are going to be stable and planted firmly on the floor. We're going to be in a position to lift your torso. We're going to stabilize the core and lift the torso and squeeze the glutes at the top. Lift the pelvis as high as it's comfortable for you. Keep the knees and thighs parallel and gently lower yourself down. Make sure that you don't drop down suddenly, as that can put a lot of pressure on your neck. There is a bridge pose in yoga as well. They're both very similar, so if you've done it in yoga, this is a very similar option. So we're just gonna do 3 rounds of each of the exercises we've just done, and please don't forget to cool down after your workout. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on lower body weighted workouts. I do have quite a few other videos on upper body and body weight workouts. Please check those out in my playlist. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd also consider subscribing by hitting the red subscribe button down below, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.